Listen, with those tiny ears of yours. They look so fragile, like I could almost grab them. Put my fingers around them. And tear them off. If I do, will you scream? Will I hear your voice? It was a joke. I'm joking. Don't be scared. Hey, how do you think my eyes, when our gazes finally meet, answer me? They look empty. That may be so. The eyes are the window to the soul. That's what someone told me. Long ago they said that the soul was holy, bright, beautiful. Every person has one, both the good and the evil. But that person said I was the exception. That something like me couldn't possibly own something so holy, so bright, so beautiful. They looked inside of me, took a deep breath, and announced their conclusion with great fatigue. Their eyes that could see it all, couldn't find anything in there. I'm sure that if you were to cut me apart, not even blood would flow out. Even if I felt it sometimes, crawling through my veins. Maybe that's why I've never seen myself before. Because I'm empty. But isn't that something to be grateful for? Because if I were to look and find nothing there, then surely I would feel disappointed. By not looking, I can ease myself up. So maybe this is for the best. I can't remember who was the first to recite these words to me, nor the second, nor the third, nor the several others who came after. The only thing I remember is that they looked as empty as I did to them. Hey, have you ever felt so empty, so devoid of what makes everyone special, that you've embraced the void as your own? Have you? These eyes, are these my a good answer? Yet there is only one way to know the truth. Open. So you won't look at me, even though your eyes are so pretty. I can't see them, but I can imagine them behind their veil of flesh. Round like pearls, and shiny like jewels. So pretty. It's fine. We still have time. The night is still. And people are good at closing their doors. Do you know what a door is? Of course you know. You have one. Right there. At the a door is a barrier to keep the bad out. The bad can be anything. A bad person. And sometimes, me, I can't open doors. I find them tricky. Should I push or pull? Should I turn the knob left or right? Should I try to take it off its hinges? Should I chip away at it, hoping it will fall apart? And what happens when it opens? Do I close it behind be rude to the person who had it closed. But then, and what happens? If the wind pushes it close, what then? So many options. So many things that could go wrong. Whenever I stand in front of a closed door, it paralyzes me. I stare at it for a long time and think of my excuses, because that's all they are. What bothers me the most about closed doors is the idea they exist to keep me out. It fills me with the need to go in. So I search for a crevice or a window, anything that might be open. Anything that might let me in. I'm not good with doors. But as long as there's a place where I can fit, then I can go in anywhere. Every night, I hop across the shadows of the streets. I'm careful so as to not be caught by the light. In my eternal search, I pick a place where to rest. I slip in and spend the night wherever is comfortable, without alerting anyone. Usually it's a cellar, an attic, anywhere with dust, I feel at home there. But sometimes, just sometimes, an urge swells inside of me. The urge to... So I search hard for a door that's open, for an entryway covered in darkness, and for someone to be at the other end, awake. As if... But you won't look at me, even though you had your door open for visitors. Why is that? Are you? Do I? No. We have been chatting for so long. You haven't chased me out. That means you will. So I'm certain that if I were to reach out my hand, you would reciprocate. And I'm sure your hands are warm. So very warm. Because people are always warm. Hey, how do my hands, when my warmth finally meets yours, how will it feel? Answer me. They look tired. That may be so. These fingers of mine have touched so many things. They are always reaching out for some. The tip of my fingers dance over the surfaces that I travel, and their sensations reach the core of my brain. Be it the softness of the first spring flowers, or the roughness of a wall made out of rubbish. Caressing, grabbing, clawing, no matter the time of day, no matter if I'm awake or asleep, as if they had a mind of their own. Even now, they clutch onto the fabric of your bed sheets. They like how these thousands of threads intertwine with each other. The rustle of fabric against fabric, of skin against skin, irresistible. They want more. They want to have it between them and around them, more and more and more. Sometimes, however, they can't reach as far as they'd like. That's when I lend a hand. I take over and stretch, and they grow. Maybe just the length of a fingernail every time. But they grow. Just so they can reach out, clutch what they want, and then throw it aside. less likely. Hey, have you ever stretched your fingers to grab a hold of something important, only to learn that it's been long out of your grasp? Have you? These hands, are these my hands? A good answer. Yet, there is only one way to know. Open. So you won't look at me, even though my hands could be the same as... Think about it. Maybe you and I are similar. No, I know. I can feel it in my skin. Oh. Can you hear it? My skin is pulled. It has been long since this happened. It's a sign of my innermost emotions flowing out. I wander the world, wanting to be seen. I'll be satisfied as long as someone tells me how I look. But if it did, then it would be oh so easy, since I could show myself every living person in this land and ask them all the same question. Someone will answer. There's no doubt about it, but it might not be the answer I wish for. Since I don't want to be judged, I don't want to be perceived as something I'm not. It scares me. That is why, when someone is on the front, I shy away. I hide, fading into the dark. But you, if it's you, it might be that way you can help me, and we can both be fulfilled. Just thinking about it, it makes me feel something. I cannot describe it. I am not good with words. There was a person in my past who taught me to speak like a person. They were not good at it either. And thinking back on it, they certainly didn't enjoy it. To teach a wordless being how to talk must be a challenge. Yet, they did, simply because they could. It is weird to remember, because it makes me think of why I want to be seen. And I am not. Sure, I don't care much for my appearance. I don't want to be judged. But if that were it, I could easily. So why is it? Why do I want someone to recognize me so much? Maybe it's only because I can. Because everyone gets to be recognized. But me. But I will. Soon. Once you open your eyes. There it is again. Just thinking about the moment you unveil your sight onto me, and you finally take those bed sheets off your body. And you inspect every crevice of mine, and you finally open those tight lips of yours to let me hear what I am, and to maybe even give me a name. It makes me feel, but I don't know what. Surely it would be evident if you were to look at my face. Hey, what does my expression, when that veil of uncertainty finally disappears? What will we answer me? An emotionless stare. That may be so. Expressions are difficult. They require one's face to contort in many different ways. I am not capable of that. Everything about me is stiff, from the way I walk, to the way I talk, to the... It is something I noticed. I may hurt and I may grow, but I do not change. Not in the way other people interact with each other. They form connection has ever journeyed, and in my life, I have seen others born, and die. A person's existence is so fleeting, and yet, so many things happen to them. So many worthwhile memory. It is something I lack. Were I to write a book, I could not fill a single page. It's not for the lack of memories, but rather because these memories, save for a minuscule number, they are all the same, blending with each other into a mottled gray, lacking the meaning people often give to that which they care about. Perhaps if someone else had lived what I had, they would see meaning, they would treasure it, but I cannot. No matter how I try, I can't see any worth in what I do, and by extension, in what I am. I want for someone to tell me how I look. Yet, I don't see that as important. No one but me would care. So why should I care? But that doesn't mean I have never felt. I feel things, joy. So I am always feeling. And right now, it's here in my pulsating skin. You say my expression is emotionless. That it's, and if you say so, it must be true. But soon you will see something, because what I'm feeling is not nothing. Hey, have you ever masked yourself with indifference, only to hide the overwhelming emotions hiding beneath? Have you? This expression is this. I see. Thank you. You have truly. These, and this is my expression. I consider these my most treasured features, and you have helped me picture them all. No one has done this for me. I feel one born out of honest gratitude. But there's one step you